Yo! There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV signing in. Slow is the tempo. I'm talking about an info. So hear it out, here comes the info. Nightbringers, Black Dahlia Murder, TBDM. 9 tracks. This will be a nice, easy listen, won't it? No doubt. You know what? These dudes can write a good record, I can tell you that. And it's only accentuated and proven through their sequencing. Only 9 songs, and when we're only pushing past 4 minutes on one song and it only reaches to 5, that's good for me. That's a good length record to me. So already I'm impressed. Already we're getting into a good record. We did, I don't know which one we did recent. Was it Unhallowed? I think we did Unhallowed. I'm very familiar with Miasma. That was one of the records that got me into like extreme metal as a whole. In particular the tune I'm Charming. And then from there, who cares? Who cares? I've not listened to this one. Nightbringers. This must be one of their more relatively recent ones. When was this put out? 2017. Yeah, so quite a modern record as far as this band's concerned. Trevor Strad, Brian Eschbach, Brandon Ellis, Max Lavelle, Alan Cassidy. Of course, Trevor's not with us anymore. Does that mean the Black Dahlia murder is over? Or did the guy from All Shall Perish like start fronting that band? I used to really like All Shall Perish too. Underrated band if you ask me. Very underrated band. This entire list through goes out to my friend Extreme Aggression who recommended this on the Patreon. Thank you for keeping the metal alive and well. This first one's entitled Widowmaker. Let's go. How's everybody doing today, people? Oh, let me have a stretch. Let me clear my throat. Oh, gosh. I need to drink some water, people. I'm going to go to the shops probably at some point during this record. So many years back, I created an incredible discussion on a music forum because I thought this is going to piss some people off, and I kind of back it to some degree. I made a post and it says, because it was like an unpopular opinions forum sort of place, and I said, here's a Facebook group, put a long story short, unpopular music opinions, and I said, Black Dahlia Murder should be up there as one of the best death metal bands of all time. And I still back it. I still back it. If you listen to the quality of this metal, if you listen to the sound production, if you listen to the technicality as far as the drums are concerned, the guitar work is pristine. The vocal is fantastic. It tends to be the vocal that turns people off, you know? I think that high shriek turns people off for some strange reason. They associate it with more of a deathcore-esque approach to things, but, you know. But for any metalhead who, like, sort of shuns this band and likes bands like, you know, your dad rock equivalent of bands, you know what I mean? You're Possessed and you're Venoms and Bathories and, you know, all of that boring shit. Fuck you. Black Dahlia Murder way better. Way better. Put some respect on this. The thing I love most about this band is they never change or conform throughout their years. Always stay true to their original sound. Yeah, you know what you're getting when you put the Black Dahlia Murder on. And someone says that's not entirely true. They have changed, but in good ways. They don't produce the same music with every album. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Black Dahlia, you know what you're getting when you put a Black Dahlia record on. One thing about this band, though, I could probably take it without the guitar solos. You know, the guitar solos are great and melodic and metal, but I think a band like this doesn't need guitar solos. Shout out to Extreme Aggression. I just messaged one of my mates who's a big Black Dahlia Murder fan. I said I've had a recommendation for Nightbringers. Very cool, very cool. Great production, great production. The drums sound massive. You know what? Disregarding what I said about the solo, I think on this particular tune, I think the solo was the standout point, you know? What more can I say? What more can I say? Let's keep on moving. There's ROCKSTEADY King of the Pit TV signing in. I know this is going to be the easiest listen through of my life. We're on track 209. We're going to have a nice, easy time. We're going to enjoy ourselves tonight. Of God and Serpent, of Spectre and Snake is the title of this one. Listening to the Black Dahlia Murder. Black Dahlia Murder, as well as their sound, haven't changed their logo like since ever. And the logo is pretty hard if you ask me. I do like the logo as well. Right, let's jump straight in. There's a lot of Black Dahlia Murder albums I haven't listened to. I haven't listened to the Green album. I've not listened to that Orange album with Vlad, Son of Dragon on. I've not listened to the grey one with the bum all on the front. Not listened to the green one. There's a lot of... I hadn't listened to the Disneyland looking one. There's a lot of records here. Like, I'm so old school, man. Like, the only Black Dahlia Murder I've heard up until is probably about 2006, 2008, maybe. Let's go. I hate to pry into these things, but does anybody know the reason why he took his life? What was the deal with that? It's been a while since that's passed now. I think the drummer's the most impressive part of this band. Imagine if this band had a bad drummer, you know? The drummer is the most impressive part. With that being said about the sound, they're a very frantic band, they're a very fast-paced band, they're very, you know, technical as far as, you know, notes per minute is concerned, style of band. I think the production could have sort of dialed in the independence of the instruments a little more, so, you know, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, there seems to be enough reverb on those guitars to sort of air it out a little bit, not necessarily give it the tightness I want to hear personally from how tight this band is. I want to hear a little more punch to it, you know, it's a bit airy-fairy, a little bit more so of a, I don't know, you know where I'm coming from. We've got Matriarch coming up next, yeah? Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. We're listening to The Black Dahlia Murder, okay? Nightbringers is the record. Track 3 of 9 is entitled Matriarch. You know what? This band is cool because they're poetic in sense, and matriarch is metal, isn't it? Like, the idea of a matriarch, in the animal kingdom, like, a particular animal that is headed by a matriarch, it tends to be pretty fucking metal. Do you know what I mean? The matriarch. Hard. Did you know when it comes to clownfish, yeah, like Nemo, that group of fish, how does it work? I think, how does it work? I think they're all male, right? And the alpha is a female. The largest fish is a female. But that largest fish used to be a male. So when that female passes away, the alpha then transitions into a female and grows the largest out of all of them males. Correct me if I'm wrong, it might be the opposite way around, but that's what I've heard. That's mad, that, isn't it? This one's Matriarch, let's go. I think it's cool because the idea of a matriarch in this patriarchal society, not saying that isn't the normal way of things, like biologically speaking, you know, there's a natural order to things, not to diminish anyone's value, but just as far as positioning in the family unit is concerned, and then that macroed into the societal realm and so on and so forth. Macro to God, right? It was personified generally through male pronouns in this monotheistic sense, even though in our pagan roots, you know, we'd speak on Mother Earth and all this, we'd actually worship the feminine. We'd have Isis, who was the feminine moon god and so forth, but, you know, we took that out. What was I going to say? Yeah, because of that sort of overt display of power the masculine shows and sort of finds as a necessity in this realm. The idea of a matriarch is like emphasized. There's so much abundance of power, because imagine how much power you need to overthrow the patriarchal system that's in effect, you know? That's hard. That's why I think the matriarch is hard. And normally I wouldn't think too much about it. You'd read a book and you think blah, blah, blah. But in application of us listening to Black Dahlia Murder, we know like the grimness of their lyrical content. I think it applies very well. Story about a barren woman who prayed to God to bear a child to no avail. She comes across a car accident and finds a 9-month pregnant woman, carves the child out of her womb and keeps it as her own. Jeez Louise, man. This will have been put out as a single, that's why we've got the release date here. Bam. Insane, like, just insane. The consistency of this band, the consistency of the songs, consistency of the album. They had a formula and ran with it, but it's like they don't really come up with any bad moments. It's insane. Like, this is crazy. We got the self-titled here, 1.5 million views on this. Oh, we might actually have a video. Hold on, what's this? Official video. Oh shit. Right, I'll see you there, people. Peace. Yes, now blessed now. There's Rocksteady, King of Pit TV, Nightbringers, Black Dahlia Murder, signing in. Track 4 of 9, devoted to extreme aggression, who recommended this over on the Patreon. Extreme aggression 22. 22 being a very powerful number in numerology. Let's jump in, shall we? Got a music video here. This is self-titled. Make myself a bit smaller for you here. Blah, blah. Is this their tour van? Have a look at this. Is this their tour van? Or coach or bus, tour bus, should I be saying? Man, it's mad to me. I'm so like averse to the business that I'm thinking like even the Black Dahlia murder. To be funded of a tour bus of a high caliber is like crazy to me. In this day, it wouldn't matter who it is. Like if it was a big rap superstar, the idea that like a label would actually cash out and get one, it's still like a blag to me. Can't we just drive you there, you know? We'll get you a nice car, you know. He drives an Audi. I guess with the amount of gear, you know, with your headlining every night. It is what it is, isn't it? If you ever want to join a band, people, just be a frontman. Trust me. The idea of not needing any equipment ever. Oh my days, chill as fuck. Getting a cab into venues, let alone a drum kit, is disgusting. Honestly, it's disgusting. In hindsight, I'm gassing right about now. That tour bus clip has triggered the hell out of me in a very positive way and an engaged way, because, bro, when you start a band, it don't matter what sort of band you are, and then when you perform, you have to bring your own gear. What a pain in the ass, man! Oh, fuck's sake. Especially when you're young. Especially when you're young. I mean, it's probably dependent on your position. It's probably worse when you're older, but let's say you can't drive and you've got this big fucking head to carry from place to place. How do you get it there? You're spending bare money on taxis and public transport and stuff to carry this stuff from A to B. It weighs 30 kilograms. I had a Black Star head valve. Disgusting. I hate it. Hate it. Just for a promoter to pay you fucking peanuts. You know what I mean? I fucking hate it so bad. Oh, merchandise. Who's got the merchandise? Cardboard boxes full of merch. Oh my god. I hate it. I'm triggered, man. Don't start a band. Don't do a band. There's enough of them out there. Like, honestly, you'll kick yourself. Disgusting. Very talented engineer to have such a big, epic instrumental and then still have the guitar as, you know, powerful as it sounds now, you know. Let's have a look at the fans. I saw a woman there. Let's see what she's saying. Everyone in the Black Dahlia murder merchandise. Classic metal. You know, classic metal because I don't know if there's one or two women there, because the brown haired person in the back could very well just be a male metalhead. That's funny. I remember when I first started going to metal events and you'd turn up to a band playing and you'd see the back of everyone's head and you wouldn't know who a woman or a man was because they all had fucking long hair. Classic metal here. One woman to every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, arguably 7 people. Do you think that's a fair trade-off? Normally it's more. Normally it's more. Normally it's more men, is what I'm trying to say. And even then, I would say you probably get more women at metal events, mainstream metal events, than... Well, no, not mainstream. Yeah, independent metal. You get more women at independent metal events than you do at independent hardcore events. Oh, bro, if you want to find any ladies at hardcore events, it's dead. It's dead. Crust punk's alright. That was Nightbringers. Decent tune. It's a blessing and a curse that this band is so consistent because, you know, I would argue that not one track stands out from the other, but they're all of a high quality. Do you know? So it's a blessing and a curse, you know. Sometimes you have that standout track on a record, but this band doesn't necessarily have that. They just have a consistent flow of great quality metal music. We've got jazz coming up next, and we actually do have another video on track number 6, so that'll be good to look forward to. See you there. Yes, now there's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in, listening to Nightbringers by the Black Dahlia Murder, alright? Not the Black Dildo Murder, okay? Don't get it twisted, that's another act. That's another act. Track 5 of 9 is entitled Jazz, right? We call jazz spectacles. Look at the jazz on you, lad. This title list through goes out to my friend Extreme Aggression. 22. That was a couple of bars from a Rick Ross song, wasn't it? 22. Custom 22. Jazz, let's go. Good riff, that, eh? Just an insight from one of my mates. At the start of this playthrough, I text one of my friends. I said, oh, I got recommended Nightbringers by Black Dahlia Murder because he's into Black Dahlia Murder, and he said, yeah, Catacomb Hecatomb is a good number on this record. That's track number 7. One thing I like about this band as well, there's no faffing about with like fancy guitar pedals and stuff. Dudes just riff. Do you know what I mean? Proper. They got a tune called How Very Dead. That's a great title. Bum bum. The gang chants don't work for this band. You know what? You're either going to hit or miss with a gang chant, dependent on the production and the sound of the record, in my opinion. Has to be bold, in your face, tight, shouting in your head, hooligan style, if you want a gang chant. But what can be said? Decent. A few different moments here. A little breakdown of such. Prior to the... And you realise that the guitar work is great. But it's not necessarily the fastest thing in the world. It's the drummer that just creates this high-octane, intense environment, you know, just proper fucking wallops you from start to finish. The drummer is absolutely pristine. Absolutely pristine. We got Kings of the Night World coming up next. Great track for this band, you know. There's ROCKSTEADY King of the Pit TV signing in. Black Dahlia Murder, Nightbringers, track 6 of 9 is entitled Kings of the Night World. Let's jump straight in, shall we? Metal. Metal. Come on now. Fresh. Matthew says, I'm Gen Z. Brackets, hate to say it. Why? Why'd you hate to say it? Don't give me none of that. I'm not going to read your comment. Put some respect on this. Gingerfied says, this band got me into death metal. They are honestly the best and they are so original. Someone says, same, picked up Nocturnal from my local Walmart in 07 on a whim and fell in love. What a horrible night to have a curse got my attention and Death Mask Divine solidified my love for the band. Incredible album to this day and probably my top contender for favourite death metal album. Fascinating, eh? Fascinating. Fascinating. Very good, very good, very good. Very good, very good. Rest in peace, Trevor, one of the greatest modern metal vocalists and ambassador to the genre. May you slay demons and dragons in your heavy metal afterlife. Yeah, put some respect on Trevor, you know. I saw Trevor popping up in, like, random metal bands that he shouldn't have even been aware of, but he was there showing support. And it makes me feel a bit emotional, really, you know, because that's an honest character. You don't get these sort of people. You know, you don't get these sort of people. This guy kept his ear to the ground, like, forever. He was there chilling out, jamming out the new stuff and performing in this epic band. Like, really good, really good. For all those just joining me now, I have seen this band perform live twice, I think. Like in 2009 and like 2011 perhaps. An inverted pentagram upon the underside of his hand. I wonder if that's tattooed because he's not afraid of tattoos. Is that a tattoo? Do you reckon that's an actual tattoo? What the pentagram represents is the four elements, and the peak of the star represents the spirit, if not the ether, you know. But the others is the air, fire, water, and earth. Yeah, there you go. Bet you didn't know that, people. Bet you didn't know that. Right, Catacomb, wow, what a tongue twister coming up next. Whoa, let's go. Yes, now, people, there's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV signing in. Yes, now, bless now, as the people say. Track 7 and 9 on Nightbringers is entitled Catacomb Hecatomb. Okay. Let me burp. Or let me not. This is a recommendation I got off the Patreon by Extreme Aggression 22. Thank you very much, Metal Master. But with that being said as well, my friend actually said in relation to this record that this is a good tune. This is a good tune, apparently. Let's find out. Bro, imagine if you're on a local metal circuit, right? And then a band put a demo out and it sounded like this, like the same quality and performance. Do you want to know what's unfortunate? If you don't have the friend group, if you don't have the backing, if you don't have, you know, if you're not rubbing noses with the right people, it still won't fucking matter. There was a great, I could tell you timeless, great metal bands we've had around here that have invested good production, good videos, great technical capability, and because they weren't part of the in crowd, it didn't fucking work. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But it's the truth. It's the truth. You're better off being a crap band, playing okay, and having a supportive circle around you than being the best band on the block that nobody supports. Real talk, real talk. And I say that from personal experience as well, because obviously I've known people here, there and everywhere, but I'm so introverted. Like, I don't give a fuck about other people generally. I'd rather read a book, like, honestly. So my experience being a participant of, like, hardcore primarily circuits is just sort of like, I thought this place was for the outcasts, but there's a social hierarchy in this place. It's crazy, you know, and I never wanted to be part of the in crowd, because that's why I was attracted to punk. I was like, fuck the in crowd, I hate them. And then it resides in the punk rock scene. I'm like, what? It resides in hardcore, what? And if you're not, like, sucking them off, you're not going to be put in position. That's real talk. That's real talk. So if you're a chatty guy, you're good. You know what I mean? If you're a chatty guy, you're in a good position to start a band and be something. But if you're not a chatty guy, it's tough. It's tough. You have to do the whole mysterious character sort of situation, but you still have to engage one way or another, you know? You have to be an enigma if you want to pull it off as an introvert, you know? You have to have potentially done some bad stuff in your past, and people are like, who is this guy? I heard he killed someone and blah, 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 but there you go. And yes, that's how extreme it has to go, people. There's no middle ground, alright? Digital Nemesis says, song 10 out of 10, album 2 out of 10. What are you on about? Yeah, I'll thumb you up. He is wrong. He is wrong. Although this guy's brought an interesting comment up, after Nocturnal, these guys got extremely repetitive. I have heard all these songs before. With every release, it's the same song. You know what? You know what? I don't think that's the most controversial point of all time. I think he's onto something. He was a bit harsh in his words, but we could arguably change repetitive with consistent. Incredibly consistent from start to finish. It's like listening to Hatebreed. You know what you're getting when you listen to Hatebreed, you know? So if you like Hatebreed, you're going to like the new Hatebreed record. But if you don't like Hatebreed, I won't bother checking out the next record. It's not going to be much different. Do you know? Let's have a look at the comments. Someone says, at last, the guy that proves I'm not crazy. Up to Deflorate, these guys rocked, but then they became soulless. You know, artistic integrity in question, when we talk about no soul in the music, I can hear where he's coming from, but there's a middle ground here. I think this band sort of toes the line. Instrumentally, maybe, but Trevor definitely had a way of putting pen to paper. As far as lyrically is concerned, the guy definitely had a creative spirit that needed to be expressed over the music. So as song by song goes by, if you're invested in the lyrical content, you will find soul. You know, and it's a bit, it might be a bit, you know, gross and stuff, the lyrical content stuff, but the way he portrays it, the way he expresses it is so poetic in value, which I barely find in music, right? I don't give a hoot about lyrical content, but as far as metal lyricism is concerned, I think this guy does it very well, and I think that by itself serves as a great vehicle to get to record, you know? Somebody says, no one asked. Somebody says, you're gay. Somebody said, smooth brain. Jack Coleman says, hot take and a half. Yeah, fair play. Fair play. That was a good comment. I like that one. Ignorant. Hard. Bap, bap, bap. That little break, little breather for the vocal line there was good. Yeah, good tune, good tune. I'm in complete support of anybody who uses the term repetitive, because I approach it from a more optimistic standpoint and say they're consistent. I think it's two words to explain the same thing, really. One being a pessimistic view, one being an optimistic view. The band sounds good. This record sounds good. Production value, like I said, I could do with a little more of a tighter feel as opposed to like a more reverberated outward feel, but it sounds massive. Like, the record sounds massive. We got As Good As Dead coming up next, yeah? Yes, now blessed now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. As Good As Dead is track number 8 of 9 on Black Dahlia Murder's Nightbringers record. Without further ado, let's jump in. These dudes still in drop C tuning. I think they were in drop C when I tried to learn some Black Dahlia back in the day.
Let's go. Bum, bum. Glam rock. That double kick, eh? Let's just give some respect to the lyrical content. The thing is, right, I've not come across this track before in my life. I don't know if this will have like the lyrical hooks in relation to the rest, but I'm just going to read some of the lyrical content because I know by default it's going to be good. How bold a statement is that? It might be shit, but let me read something. Why has God forsaken me? It sank its rotten teeth into my flesh. I screamed as now I'm one of them. The zombie's poison flows, corrupting mortal veins. The festering wound won't mend my body, suffering with pain. Faces sunken in my eyes begin to fade. The pigmentation of my flesh erased, and we're left, counting the days, handcuffed to the bed. That look in your eyes gets worse each time. You cannot hide the pain that you feel when seeing me this way, as good as dead. Rotting from deep inside, cold compress on the head. Temperature wildly fluctuates, teeth chattering without end. Appetite is lost, soon to long for flesh. The goodbyes yet to be said. Fret not, my friend, 'cause we are counting the days handcuffed to the bed. That look in your eyes gets worse each time. You cannot hide the pain that you feel when seeing me this way. I'm one of them. Why would God forsake us all? We're left to fend for our feeble selves. I scream but no one hears me. Tallies scratched into a wall of stone in this hell surrounded by truly all alone. Counted the days handcuffed to the bed. That look in your eyes, you realise you cannot hide the pain that you feel. As I fade into the grey, counting the days locked in solitude. The tears in your eyes get worse each time you fail to hide the shame that you feel when seeing me this way. As good as dead. Now, don't get me wrong, my phrasing will have been all over the place. I was just reading it as I saw it there. But as well as performed on the record, probably came across a bit better. Don't get me wrong, I've read better Black Dahlia Murder lyrics, but it's an example of the poetic value. It's like reading, a little bit of Lord Byron. It's a very poetic approach to writing metal lyrics, and I think indirectly that creates a fantastic metal emphasis. He's not writing like a singer-songwriter, A-B rhyming schemes. is composing, you know, a little scene that portrays something grim and frostbitten, you know. Let's go. The highs sound a little bit, now don't get me wrong, I'm going to offend someone here. It's a little like the old Bring Me the Horizon stuff. Like the Count Your Blessings stuff. Them high vocals. Good tune. That was my favourite on the record, believe it or not. I like the glam rock-esque guitar work. I thought that was a good tune. Let's finish this off with the longest track on the record, The Lonely Deceased. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in and signing out on track 9 of 9. We're listening to Nightbringers by the Black Dahlia Murder. This one goes out to Extreme Aggression 22, recommended this on the Patreon. Let's jump in, shall we? The Lonely Deceased, longest track on the record. Let's see what's in store. Maybe a drone-like outro, considering it's the last and it's at 5 minutes. Who knows? Let's go. Meow meow. Grim. Bruh, we need to get on some black metal next. We don't touch black metal on this channel. We need to delve into some good black metal on this channel, I reckon. C standard. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Great tune. Bit more atmospheric, that one. Great way to finish the record. I'm going to tell you that this band finished the record on the best 2 tracks of the album. As Good as Dead and The Lonely Deceased were the best tracks on the record. Don't hate me, appreciate me, people. That's all I'm saying. I'll give you my final overview of this album as a whole, and I'll rate out of 10 on the next video. See you there. Rotted, pussy clotted. Don't get Desmond started, it's gonna be a par. Black Dahlia Murder, Nightbringers. We listened to all 9 tracks, believe it or not. It was devoted to Extreme Aggression 22, who brought the extreme aggression on this one. Recommended on the Patreon. If you're joining me just now, I'll need to tell you, I'm not unfamiliar with the Black Dahlia Murder. The Black Dahlia Murder was one of the bands that got me into extreme metal. Back in the day, a guy in the higher year of mine in high school, he put me on to a couple of tunes. One of them was I'm Charming from the record, from Miasma, from this band. And I thought, whoa! 2006, I think. 2005 or 2006, I think it's 2006. Wow, knocked me on my ass. Really adored the vocals. The vocals were incredible back then. I was like, whoa, what the hell am I listening to? Side that, put me on to Bring Me the Horizon back in their days. Who else was he listening to? I don't know. I was listening to a lot of post-hardcore back then. 36 Crazy Fists, Atreyu, Alexis on Fire. Do you know? So that was like my taste at that moment in time. And then he just threw me into the deep end with this harsh stuff. Annotations of an Autopsy, he put me on as well. That first Annotations like EP or what was Welcome to Sludge City. Incredible. So, 9 tunes. Perfect amount of material on this record. It's intense. It's in your face. It's non-stop. No more than 4 minutes aside from the last song. Perfect amount of material for me. Honestly, I think 8-track records are the perfect records, but you might have a long tune here and there. I'm more than happy to say, all right, give me 9 if you want to, make them relatively short songs. I'm okay with 9 tracks of material. Perfect. It's rare you come across a 9-track album. It's rare that you come across a 9-track album. Production was good. It wasn't Black Dahlia Murder's best production, but it was quality. Just quality in a means that I thought detracted from the guitar work. It was airy-fairy, reverb. Some of the guitar lines would have sounded better with a more tight production. But it added a little bit of atmosphere. Vocals, good as always. Lyrical content, good as always. Someone complained in one of the tracks saying, after Deflorate, whatever it's called, this band became repetitive. And you know what? I have been using the term repetitive in a positive manner. I've been saying they're consistent, because they are. If I like Hatebreed, I don't want to hear a mosh riff. I know the next record is going to bring a mosh riff. I know what I'm getting. So I like Hatebreed and I like what they put out. Black Dahlia Murder, I like Black Dahlia Murder 2004, 2005. I'm going to like Black Dahlia Murder in 2020, in 2017, and whenever the hell they want to be. Rest in peace to Trevor as a passing note. seen Trevor perform a couple of times. Enjoyable. A notable experience was there was a sign called that stated no stage diving. I was the only one stage diving throughout the entire night. Pissed off a metalhead. Metalhead says, "Oh, but what if you trip over the guitar pedal whilst he's doing a solo? Fuck you!" That's what I've got to say. What a hater. What do you mean I can't stage dive? And that wasn't through the band, via the band. It was the venue, rules and regulations, no stage diving. Fuck that. But truth be told, on the same note, when I ran up, I'm lucky I got some airtime. Because on the front of the stage was a guy who I perceived that I think he might have been disabled to some degree, like physically disabled. Took a leap of faith over his head. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm no harm to no one. And that's a cute little Black Dahlia. I've seen Black Dahlia Murder twice, and both times the event, let alone the set, has been incredibly eventful. Because it attracts a great group of people. Honestly. Proper metal events. Great stuff. Or at least they were back in the, 2010s. Good guitar work, good solos. The drummer carries. You could write the best riff. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter. The drummer is going to carry the band. Intense, explosive, consistent, powerful. The drummer carries the band. The drum production was pristine. Perfect. Best material at the end, track 8 and 9. Best tracks on the record. Doesn't diminish the tracks that came prior. It actually means I had a nice little cherry on the cake to finish. I'm going to rate this record 7.5 out of 10. Why not give it 8 if you're going to talk about it so highly? Because it's nothing new. But we don't expect anything new from the Black Dahlia Murder. It's quality metal music. Arguably, in my opinion, disregarding the 7.5, I said at the start of this listen through, I pissed off a bunch of metalheads by making a bold statement in a music discussion group one time that the Black Dahlia Murder are going to be known as one of the best bands in death metal. Chuck the Melodeath thing out of the way. The best bands in death metal. And I still stick by this. I would rather listen to this than Autopsy, Suffocation, not going to go as far as saying Cannibal Corpse, but that's where I'm getting at here. This is better than the old school. I don't care. I don't care if you call me a poser for that, because it's the truth. And on that note, I'm signing out, people. One love. Goodbye.